Hello, hello, hello. Welcome. Hey, everybody, welcome. Good to see you. We will start in just a moment. Glad you are here. Hello, hello, welcome. Good to see you. We'll start in just a minute. My dog wants in. Come on, buddy. Come on, let's go. There you go. Hey, hope you're all doing well. Good to see all of you. We'll start in just a moment. My name's Andy Traub. Let me know that you can hear me by putting something in the chat that says, I can hear you. Here is the chat. We will start in about 60 seconds. Glad you are here. I will respect your time and we will be quick and efficient and helpful. Oh, wonderful. Liz can hear me, Ron can hear me. Wonderful. Awesome. I'm always fascinated to know where people live. And there's this cool connections that can happen too. So Pleasanton, California. Yeah, where do you guys live? I live just south of Nashville, Tennessee. I'm not hip enough to live in Nashville, but I visit there often. Long Beach, there you go. Best fish taco I've ever had in my life. I had at Long Beach, California. Pittsburgh, never been. Go Steelers. Awesome. I always wonder with towns named like Pleasanton, if there's like a pressure to be nice, because it's like, or like it's Pleasanton. Walnut Creek. Walnut Creek makes me think of Little House on the Prairie. We love those books. San Francisco, never been. All right, great. Well, I'm glad you all are here. My name is Andy Traub. Let me just introduce myself. I'm the director of Accelerators and Growth Tools. So Accelerators are 30-day programs that we run to help people get a specific result. Like right now, today, just this morning at 10 Central, I was teaching a live class for our conversion accelerator where we help people double their leads in 30 days. So you're here because you are interested in partnerships for your business. So I'm going to talk for like 5 minutes about why we think partnerships are a good idea. I'm going to open up Q&A to you to ask me anything you want. And if there aren't any other questions, then I've got a few other things to mention. But let me be very clear about this. I'm here to answer your questions. I'm not here to give you a big old spiel and create false scarcity and, you know, give you this, if you act now in the next 7 minutes, blah, 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 whatever. That's not what this is. This is our company, which is real people that are here to help you learn more about the Partnership Accelerator, period. I lead the Partnership Accelerator. It's my job to help people get the desired result, which is by the end of the accelerator that they will get one partnership or we give you your money back. Within those programs, we have, see, our last 3 programs were like 97%, 87%, and 93%. So about a 90, probably about a 93% average of success in those programs. So they work. So I'm going to talk about partnerships and why partnerships are a good idea. And then we're just going to do open Q&A. Okay. And you can always put stuff in the chat at any point, and I will answer your questions there. Okay. Go ahead and put in the chat if you can see my screen. It should say Growth Tools. It's our cool little logo that somebody thought of. Okay, awesome, wonderful. Thanks, Ron. Thanks, Liz. I don't know if you guys got the partnership bundle or not. If you didn't, send me an email, andy@growthtools.com. I'll make sure you get it. Andy at, I'm putting in the chat, growthtools.com. If you did not get the partnership bundle, you should have already gotten it. I just deleted that page. That's funny. There we go. If you did not get this partnership bundle, it's got like some really good pitches, some bad pitches that we rewrote and fixed, and then a list of places for you to find pitches. If you didn't get that, just send me an email, andy@growthtools.com. You should have already gotten it through an email. But if you didn't get it, send me an email, andy@growthtools.com, and just put partnership bundle in the subject line, and I'll email it to you today. I don't have that right now. Okay, so here's the problem with the way most people talk about traffic, about getting more traffic, is like, for instance, I was once, you know, someone was on a webinar and they're trying to teach me about how to get more traffic. And they're like, use Facebook Live. And this person said, this true story, they're like, because if you just turn on Facebook Live, you will get hundreds of people watching your Facebook Lives. Well, guess how many people this person already had in her Facebook group? Like 50,000. I was like, of course you're going to get hundreds of people to your Facebook Live. You have 50,000 people in your Facebook group. You know what happens when I go on Facebook Live? Hey, mom, right? Like not that much, right? So the problem with, and the reason I share that story is the problem with the way most people teach other people how to get traffic is it requires traffic. To me, it's false. It's not, I wouldn't say it's a lie, but it's not helpful to say, hey, the way you get more traffic is to get more traffic. Like, no duh, okay? So the way that we teach people how to get traffic is not by addition, but by multiplication, okay? I found this great picture. This is of a staircase in a school. And so you could see, here's 6 steps, or you could see these multiplication problems, right? So when we see you guys, and think of each one of these steps as a partnership. Is it 1 step, as in 1 more customer, 1 more lead, right? I mean, let's think about your email list. How many email subscribers have you gotten in the last 24 hours? 1, 10, 15, 20, maybe 50 on a good day, right? Most of us are just doing addition. We're taking step by step by step. But what if, like each one of these steps, we could do multiplication? What if next week, instead of adding 5 email subscribers, you added 50? That'd be 10x, right? Maybe next week you get 500 email subscribers, but you're gonna have to do something different, all right? So a question for you, it's not a difficult question, is would you rather have addition or multiplication if you want growth? Not a trick question. You would want multiplication. And so that's what partnerships do. This is I'm almost done with my 4-minute spiel, okay? The fundamental truth about partnerships is that partnerships will multiply your growth. They will accelerate your growth tremendously when executed well, when you get them and when you execute them well. It's not a trick question, but most of us are you are right now living in an addition world. You're just adding subscribers, you're adding customers bit by bit by bit. When you do a partnership, you can multiply, okay? And that's what we teach you. So let me ask you a question. Have you thought of this question yet? Why would anyone promote me? Why would anyone partner with me? Where are they? Who are they? What am I going to help them with? Right? If you've asked that question, you're totally normal, right? That's a very common question, and it's a valid question. And we actually teach you how to identify what it is you help people with. But this is a great picture of a partnership, okay? So picture yourself, you're sitting in whatever seat this picture is in, okay? You're sitting in, this is you with a camera in your hands. You're taking this picture. This is what a partnership is. I'm going to explain partnerships in 10 seconds. Ready? Partnerships are when everyone in front of you is looking at a person on stage, and the person on stage says, hey, everybody, turn around and look at Ron. Everybody turn around and look at Liz. Look at Lyra. Hope I said your name right. Okay. Like, imagine that everyone in the stadium is not looking at you. And suddenly the person on stage says, everybody turn around and look at her, look at him. And they point at you, right? That's what a partnership is. Here's how we define a partnership. A partnership is providing something valuable to someone with an audience or customer base that's similar to yours. Not the exact same, but it's their audience or customer base is similar to yours, and then you get promoted to that audience in return. This could look like a lot of different things. You know, this could look like an affiliate relationship. It could look like a webinar. It could look like a guest post. It could look like a guest email where you actually write an email to their audience and they send it to their audience. You don't send it to their audience. They send it to their own audience. This could look like a Facebook Live you do with someone. This could be an in-person workshop. This could be a talk and an event. There's tons of different types of partnerships. And this is, I'm going to say this and then we're going to do Q&A, okay? We have a partnership accelerator in registration opened Tuesday, I think, Tuesday. And I'll put a link in the chat for you to check this out. But let me just very simply say, I don't sell hard on this. I'm not going to sell you hard today. I'm just going to tell you, we guarantee the result. If you don't get a partnership, you get your money back, period. And our last 3 average success is 93%. And so it works. So I'm going to put the URL for that page in the chat. And then I want to open up for any questions you have about partnerships. And then I have some example pitches that I can show you if you want to see them of what our methodology is for writing pitches. So we might actually get into that based on what questions you ask me. But we have a methodology for writing pitches, like how to write a pitch that gets people to say yes to you, even if you've never met them. So I put a link to the Accelerator in the chat. I think all of you have probably been to that page already, or many of you have. So let me just open this up, okay? This is conversation. I want to be helpful to you. You can either unmute or you can just type in the chat and ask me any question you want about a partnership, any at all, and I will answer it, okay? I want to be helpful to you today. I would love for you to get a partnership out of this conversation. And if you don't have any questions, then I'll just go on and I'll actually talk through a couple of the pitches that we have. And give you some examples of really good pitches. Like we break them down. I'll just show you just a quick picture. Like we break down, here's a pitch someone sent and here's why it was really effective. Like what are the different parts of this pitch that made them work? Okay. Sunfisher said, thanks for the first question. As a WordPress developer, where might I go find partners today? The key to finding partners is to know what value you add and to find an audience where you can add value to them, right? So it's a missing piece, right? So it's like, oh, they have a need and I can help them with that need. And so we're gonna combine. And so when you approach them, this is like a secret sauce we teach in the Accelerator, which you'll get it for free right now, okay? One of the best ways to pitch someone is to say, hey, this is important. This phrasing is very important. Because you do this, I think it would make sense for us to do this. So you see how that works? Like, hey, because you teach people about, so I'm just gonna specifically answer your question, Sunfisher. Because you teach people about the importance of search engine optimization, I think it would be helpful for me to give a live teaching, a free live teaching to them about the 4 most important plugins they should have on their site and how to set them up. Would you be interested in that free training for your audience? Now, does that encroach on them and their customers? Like, are you going to steal their customers away from them? No, because you're not offering SEO services, right? Because remember, what's our definition of a partnership? It's providing something valuable to someone with an audience or customer base that's similar to yours, right? And then you get promoted to them in return. So what do you have to offer them, Sunfisher? Well, you have this knowledge about what great WordPress plugins are, or what are the 5 biggest mistakes that people make when they hire someone to help them with their website. That would be interesting. I would attend that, right? I'm just coming up with these off the top of my head. So you have to approach a partner and say, hey, because you teach people this, because you teach people to be life coaches, right? Because you teach people to be personal trainers who do personal training via the web, I think it would help them to know the 5 biggest mistakes people make when they hire someone to work on their website. Is that a training your audience would be interested in? They probably would say yes to that. So in the Accelerator, this is an example of we help you come up with who to reach out to. We call them shoulder industries, right? They're right next to you. They're shoulder industries. So who to reach out to, and then what's the angle, right? How do you approach them? So your original question was, as a WordPress developer, where might I go find partners today? So I just said personal trainers who do personal training via the web, which there's a lot of. People who teach other people to be life coaches, there's thousands of those, right? People who teach people SEO, there's thousands of those. So there's like 3,000 leads for you. Okay, all right. So I hope that makes sense. If that's not helpful, then ask me more questions. I want to be helpful. Jay Dillard, thanks for being here. freeandchurch.org, awesome. What's the difference between this and doing PR? Is it pretty much the same thing? I don't know. I don't do PR. What I would say is, well, let me ask you all, what do you think the definition of PR is? Like, quick story. I used to live in Sioux Falls, South Dakota. Not a huge metropolis, right? 140,000 people, the biggest city in South Dakota. I loved it. It's a great place to live 3 months of the year. No, it's a great place to live like 12 months of the year, but it's just flipping cold, really cold, like 6 months of the year, which is about 5 months too long for me. So I moved to Tennessee. But when we lived in Sioux Falls, your question was, what's the difference between PR and partnerships? And when I lived in Sioux Falls, the news station there needed stories. So I'd actually call the news anchor. This is when I was like a financial counselor kind of person or whatever. But I would call the news station anchor and I would say, Angela, I have an idea for a story. And she's like, great, let's do that tomorrow. because she was so desperate for like stories, right? To me, that is PR. PR is, here's what we have going on. Are you interested? All right. And so why would she have me on? Why would she have me on her show? Because she needed content. So in some ways, that's actually, it's a little, PR can be a little bit like partnerships, in that she needed stories and she needed content and I wanted promotion. Okay. I would say the problem with most PR is like, hey, talk about me. Hey, look at me over here. Like, look at this awesome thing. Why does my page keep changing? Sorry. Like PR to me is like, pay attention to me, pay attention to me, pay attention to me. What we teach you in the Partnership Accelerator is how to approach people so they actually say yes to you. So you're not like, hey, look at me, hey, look at me. You approach someone and you say, here's how I appreciate you. Here's why the work you do is awesome. Here's how I can help you. Here's the win for you. Are you interested? Versus, hey, look at me, look at me. Like, to me, that's what PR is. Pay attention to me, talk about me, please. Really effective pitches, and I can go through some if you'd like. Really effective pitches are personal, and they focus on what is the win for them. And the win for you is kind of implied, right? So we have seen people go through our Partnership Accelerator and out of 10 pitches, get 8 yeses. Now, we've seen people do 10 pitches and get 1 yes or 2 yeses. But like I said, around 93 to 95% of the people who go through the accelerator get a yes in the accelerator. Many, many more get more than 1. And almost everyone gets 1 after the accelerator as well. So I hope that answers your question. That's a great question. I've never been asked that question. So thank you for that question. Okay. What's the structure of the program so I can tell if I'm able to attend, get a call, holiday program in kindergarten, have a good time at the holiday program. Here is the structure of the Partnership Accelerator. And again, I'm going to put the link in the chat. There you go. Because we talk about it. Here's the structure. Monday, Wednesday, Friday at 10 a.m. Central, I will do a live teaching. Hear me when I say this. Monday and Wednesday, you have to be there live or watch the recording. The recording is posted usually within 2 to 3 hours. So to be a part of the program, you have to attend or watch the Monday and Wednesday trainings. Monday, we teach. Wednesday, we do an OTS, which is over the shoulder. We actually show you, so we'll teach you something on Monday. On Wednesday, we'll have a student and we'll actually do what we taught you on Monday on their site or for them on Wednesday. So you get to actually see us do it on some new person. Friday is a work session. We literally show up in Zoom. It's like the most boring Zoom ever. We show up and we work for an hour. And like, why would you do that? Because it's an appointment and you show up. And like today, I was leading one, 10 a.m. Central. And on that Friday session, you don't have to attend that. You just have to either work for an hour on your own or attend the live session. But literally, it was 45 minutes of me going, you guys have any questions? Nope. Okay, 15 minutes, go work. And everybody just works. So the reason our programs are successful is we make you do the work. We help you actually do a lot of the work. We actually do a lot of the work for you. That's something else. We'll actually go look for partners for you. We'll write a pitch for you. But that's the cadence of the program. Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 10 a.m. Central. If you can't attend live, it's totally okay. They're recorded. We have a Slack group that's very active. You're put in small groups. You can ask me questions any day of the week and I'll answer them inside of Slack. And you have a different project you have to do every week by Sunday at 5 o'clock. And if you don't do it, we penalize you. But a vast majority of people do it. If you don't do it 2 weeks out of the 4, you get kicked out of the program. Why would we do that? Because we like kicking people out of programs? No, because we want you to do the work. The only way you can get 95% of people to be successful is to have a really structured program, to help them a lot, which we do along the way, to have good proven systems, which we do, to have good technology like our dashboard, which we do, and to have someone helping you along the way. That's me, which is what we do. And to kick people out who aren't compliant, which we do. I would say like we kick like 5% of students out. We're just never going to do the work. So hopefully that's helpful. All right. Let's see here. All right, Liz, I hope you have a great time at the kindergarten program. Sounds fun. Mary says, I think the difference here from PR would be that we are being intentional. We're asking for something or offering something. Yeah, I mean, I think there's some more intentionality to partnerships. And you can see maybe if I show you one of the pitches, like it really is more about, hey, here's how I can help you in a really tangible way. Like when I called that reporter, she knew I was going to help her. She knew that I was a good interview, and then I knew what I was going to be talking about, and that she wasn't going to have to like worry about working with me. She just knew that it was going to be good. Like it wasn't a concern for her. She knew what the win was for her. The problem with most PR or even partnerships, the way that people approach them is like, what's in it for me? Like, have you gotten these emails where like, I would love to da 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 da, and our company's been around since blah 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 blah, and we help blah 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 blah. And I'm like, okay, but what about me? How are you going to help me specifically? What do you know about me? So we teach you not to say things like, hey, I think your blog is awesome. Hey, guess who could say that? Anyone, right? Like, name a specific post and something that you saw in that post that you did and it worked. That's called an anchor. That's one of the fundamental things we teach in the program is you have to have good anchors. Anchors are things that connect you to the person. Hey, I bought your product. It's really good. Hey, I'm in your Facebook group and I love it because of this. Like those are anchors, right? So those are partnerships. Partnerships start because you have a relationship with the person. If you don't have a relationship, then you build one through these anchors. All right. Mary says, when I partner up, my goal is to make the other person look like a rock star and their clients when they allow me to serve them. Yeah, so when you have a partnership, the goal is to help them look good. Like who doesn't, like if someone walked up to me and said, hey, Andy, can I like help you have a better haircut? I'm like, sure, I'm in. But if they're like, let me tell you why I'm a great hair cutter. And I'm like, don't really care. That's about you, right? So if you're gonna make the other person look good, or make their job easier or help them make more money, then of course they would probably say yes, okay? Sunfisher said, if you don't sign up for the Partnership Accelerator this year, will it still be available to me? I don't remember, it looks like our deadline, I don't remember when I took this screenshot, but let me see what our deadline is right now. So you have 11 days to sign up. Oh, I think we changed our video on that. That's funny. We changed the video on our, can you guys see this new video? This is one of our students. I think this is the clean one. She cusses in one of them. Not like drops F-bombs or anything like that, but she's a great student. She got a, this is a client testimonial. She got a partnership. Sometimes partnership is to get promotion, but I think she got promoted I think she's in England, and she got promoted in like the largest newspaper in England. Like she reached out to a reporter and they wrote a story, and she was the main resource or interview or whatever you call it. Anyway, she's a great student. So your question was, sorry, if you don't sign up this year, will it be available to you in January, February? We will run the Partnership Accelerator a few more times in 2020. So yeah, so yes, we will have more available. We actually do the Partnership Accelerator in, oh gosh, I want to say it's February. Yeah, because January we're doing the Webinar Accelerator. So yeah, we'll do it in February. So you're not signing up for right away. You're signing up for something in February. So yes, I would sign up now because it will be available in February. That's when we start it. January we're doing a Webinar Accelerator. Okay. Other questions you have?
Yeah, Andy, I have a question. I already have a few partners.
Hey, Ron, how are you?
I've worked with. Hey, I'm doing great.
Awesome. What's up?
I wondered if you have other, or I guess you find partners for us. Is that right? So even if we have a list of partners, you'll go out and find additional partners. Can you explain maybe a little bit more about how you find those partners? Yeah, so
you have an onboarding intake form, and we ask a bunch of questions about you and your business and your ideal customers and things like that. And we'll just, here's the, maybe I'm giving too much away, but who cares? The first week, on your first day, when you log into your dashboard of week one, not your onboarding, but when we start the program, you will see a video from one of our staff members that shows them pulling up your website and your onboarding questionnaire. And it's like, okay, hey, Ron, this is, Jacob. Welcome to the Partnership Accelerator. Let's take a look at your site and your questionnaire. Okay, it looks like you want to help cat owners who are over 50. Great, let's go find. And so then we show you us searching for partners for you. And so we show you one or two different methodologies for going to find partners. Then we'll identify a partner, and then we'll write a pitch to that partner as if we were you. So we fill out one of our, it's called our Dream 50 document. It's a Google sheet, but it's got like 12 tabs, and it's who the partner is, how to contact them. And then we actually write a pitch for you in a Google Doc, and we share that information from you. So on day one, Ron, you'll get a video of us looking for it, which people actually find to be oftentimes more helpful than the actual partner we find you. Sometimes the partner we find you is not that great. I'm just gonna be totally honest. Like, they're like, oh, that's great, but that's not who I wanted. One time, this was super embarrassing, Ron, is I went and found a partner for someone, and they're like, Andy, that would be a perfect partner for me, but she's dead. And I'm like, what? And it was a Facebook group for a woman who was some poet, and she had passed away like 6 months prior, but the Facebook group was still active. But what's interesting is she said to me, this person was what was her? She's an Episcopal priest, this woman is. She's an Episcopal priest. And she teaches other Episcopal clergy how to do better sermons, okay? Her name's Lisa. And so just searching for her, and again, this is part of the program. This was Ron's original question, like, how do we actually find you partners? Part of the program is we go look, we figure out who you are, and then we sort of take our list. There's 40 different places that we can look for partners for you. We don't look at all 40. We'll look at 1 or 2. But what people find, what Lisa said to me was, Andy, that was really helpful. The partner is not helpful because hopefully, you know, she's gone in a better place. But watching you look for partners and the way you thought about that, she's like, I would have never thought to ask her to be a partner because I wasn't thinking like that. So one of the most valuable things, like who asked me earlier, maybe it was Sun Fisher who asked me about WordPress. He's a WordPress developer. Like, I don't know if Sun Fisher got on the call today and was like, you know who I should target? I should target people who teach other people how to be life coaches. Like, that's probably a good idea. Why? Because they need websites. And if you can be the person that's like their go-to website person, and you give them $100 every time one of their life coaches comes over and builds a website with you, you win and they win. That's a good partnership, right? So part of the benefit of the Partnership Accelerator, and again, you get 4 weeks of very, very structured, full access to me time and the rest of our team, in addition to the content for the rest of your life, right? But Ron, on day one, you're gonna see a member of our team say, okay, Ron, welcome to the program. I'm gonna go find a partner for you. And then you're gonna see them write a pitch for you. And again, sometimes those pitches, you're just like, not someone I wanna partner with. But the value is more often, and sometimes, I'll also say this, sometimes those pitches just work. Like, people like go day one and they're like, I got a partner already. I'm like 2 days into this thing and I didn't even write a pitch. You wrote the pitch for me, you know? So sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. But I have learned the value of that is watching us think about your business in a way you generally don't think about your business. So does that answer your question?
Yeah, that's perfect. Thank you very much.
Cool, awesome. By the way, we've never done one of these before. We do like a Facebook Live, but it's not as interactive. And I really like, I like to kind of break down the wall and make us more available. So thank you for joining us in this experiment. Let's see, is it better for B2B or B2C? It doesn't matter. It absolutely does not matter. Now I will say this, if it's really about, I'll go back to the definition of a partnership. If you're B2C, then you have to find a partner with someone else that has an audience that's similar, that has a similar audience that you want to be in front of, right? So if it's B2B, you have to, like, if you're going to go to, I'm trying to think of a specific, I mean, if you have a specific B2B example, you can, but the key is you have to get in front of someone else's audience, right? So if you're like, I really want to get in front of, plastics companies, right? Then you need to find a way to get, connected to someone who also is reaching out to plastics companies, but is not offering the exact same service. It's really that simple, right? So, but it certainly works for, you want to find the same people, because let's be frank, like you say B2B or B2C, like everybody has a C, right? Everyone has a consumer. The business might be the consumer, right? But there's always a C, there's always a consumer. So you just have to find who is targeting that same audience. but it absolutely works. We were talking about yesterday in a team meeting we had. We all work remotely, but for those who know Brian Harris, I live about 10 minutes south of him. He's a good friend of mine. He's the founder of the company. And we were up in Franklin, Tennessee, and we flew in a team member from California, another from Michigan, and we were just doing some brainstorming. And we said, one of the great things about Partnership Accelerator is really anybody can be in. You can have no audience and be in the Partnership Accelerator. Where a lot of other accelerators, you have to have web traffic, you have to have a product, you have to have blah, 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 blah. So it really does. Sometimes I don't like when people are like, it works for everyone, because I'm like, that's lame. But it really does work. I had a woman join the Partnership Accelerator, and she's like, I don't even know what I sell. I don't even know what I talk about. So we had to help her a little bit. But you know what? By the end of Accelerator, she had 3 partners. So she went from, I don't know what I'm talking about, to 3 partners in 30 days. So I'm sure you're further along than she was, Liz. Are there any types of businesses that don't do well with this? Closed-minded businesses, people that think they're the only, people that think they're like special unicorns and I'm the only one in the world who, provides this service. I mean, people don't play well with others. People who aren't humble. I'm serious. I've had these people. They're like, well, I need to partner with Oprah or this isn't going to work. And I'm like, well, here's your $500 back. I don't want to work with you. Well, Andy, we are a big business. We want to work with big businesses. So I don't know if this is going to work for us. Listen, it works for the person who just started their blog. It works for the $100 million company. It just does. Like, has anyone ever seen, I'm a Sprint customer. Anybody heard of Sprint? It's a phone company, right? Is that a small company? No. Okay. Sprint has a partnership with Hulu. Verizon, anybody heard of Verizon? Okay. Verizon has a partnership with Disney Plus. Do you know why? Because they want, somebody in Verizon said we should partner with Disney Plus, right? Because if you're a Verizon customer at some level, you get free Disney Plus. If you're a Sprint customer, you get Hulu free with your account for something. Those are partnerships, people. So if they work for Sprint and Disney Plus and Verizon and Hulu, then they probably work for us. So don't think you're too big. Who's going to partner with me? Well, unless you're bigger than Verizon. If you are, put me in your will. It's good to know you, right? But it works for those. It also works for the people who are like, I just started. I don't have a course. I just have a blog, but I have an expertise. Let me say this caveat. You have to be good at something. You have to be good at something. Otherwise, it doesn't work for you. All right. Well, we have access to recordings and trainings after the course. You will have access to them forever and ever and ever and ever and ever and ever. Okay. I provide clinical counseling skills. Great. We've had counselors go through the program. And if you teach other people clinical counseling skills, yes. Sometimes it's very specific. Sometimes people are like, I want to partner with people by getting speaking gigs. Okay. We're going to teach you how to write pitches that get you speaking gigs. Okay. I cannot remember a time it did not work for someone where I was like, I cannot get you partners, other than people who have just decided they're special unicorns and that partner's not good enough. That partner's not good enough. That partner's not good enough. It's like, if the only partner you want is Oprah, then just please don't apply for the Partnership Accelerator. If you want someone smaller than Oprah, we can help you. Okay. And again, I hope you get on Oprah, but whatever, Ellen, whoever. Okay. Oprah doesn't have her show anymore. All right. So let me say this about the Partnership Accelerator. If you didn't hear already, we meet Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. Mondays, we teach a lesson live. They're about 45 minutes, 50 minutes long. We teach it, and you can be there live just like this in Zoom. If you don't attend live, we'll have the recording ready a few hours later. Then Wednesday, we actually do what we taught on Monday. So Monday, here's where to find partners. Wednesday, we'll go look for partners for a specific person for 30 minutes or 45 minutes, and you can ask questions. Friday, you show up and it's a work session. You just look for partners. Okay. The next week, here's how to write a pitch. Okay, so we teach you on Monday how to write a pitch. On Wednesday, we'll write pitches live. Okay, we will also review your pitches. That's one of the other services we provide within the program, is you'll write a pitch. Before you send it, we will review it, and we'll edit it before you send it out, because you're new at this. Okay, you give us a Google document, you make it editable, and we edit it for you. Okay. So we help you find partners. We do go find you partners. We write pitches for you. We review your pitches. and we coach you to go find more and more and more and more. All right. And then we teach you how to actually execute on a partnership. Like, what is the framework? What paperwork do I need to have? What's the arrangement I need to have with someone in order to really execute and have a good partnership? So we teach you how to do that as well. All right, I'm gonna put in the chat one more time, the link. I hope this has been helpful and answered questions you've had about the Accelerator. I wanna make sure I answer all your questions. So we'll just go for a few more minutes here, but I hope you'll consider joining us. The deadline is in 11 days. Here, I'll move this over here. Should probably share this instead of that. There, I'll share that. There we go. There we go. Okay, good. We offer a money back guarantee. If you don't get a partner, you get your money back. If you do the work and you don't get a partner, you get your money back. All right. We have about a 90, in the last 3, we have about a 93% average. The last one was down a little bit. It was 87%. The one before that was 97% success. And that's within the 30 days of the program. Afterwards, I think the number is probably higher. But we just count within the first 30 days of the program. Any other questions? Starts at 4,500. I don't know what you're talking about. Starts at 4,500. Starts at 500. Yeah, starts at 500. Let me zoom that in. Here. That's 500. If you want to pay 4,500, write me a personal check. I'll get you in. I know a guy. No, it is $500 for the program. I teach it. I am your teacher for the month. I'm accessible in Slack. We do the live teachings Monday, Wednesday, and Fridays. And we will walk with you and work with you. You're placed in a small group with other people, so you can talk to other people and interact with them. And this one's filling up, which is awesome, which is exciting. Other than the Oprah example, any other reasons why your success number was lower? I think some people just aren't that good at presenting. I think that some people aren't good at identifying how they can help other people. So if you can't think creatively about how you can help me, I'm not going to do business with you. Some people shoot too high. They're like, I don't want to work with people the same size as me. I want to work with people bigger than me. And while I understand that, for your first partnerships, that might be a difficult get to get. So why weren't they successful? I'll tell you one story. We had a guy write 80 some pitches, did not get a partner. Why am I telling you this? Am I going to get fired for telling you this? No. Listen, we had a guy write 80, might have been over 100. I need to figure this out because it was way too many flipping pitches to not get a yes. And guess what? They were all garbage. They were horrible pitches. He did not follow our framework. He had 2 assistants, and God bless his assistants, it wasn't their fault, but he didn't train them or he didn't have them watch the training. We have a grading where you grade the pitch. Is it in this order? Did you present it this way? Do you have a clear anchor? Do you have a clear win for them? Do you end with this line and not all these other lines people try to do, right? It's 5 questions to grade a pitch. He graded none of them. So why doesn't it work? Because they don't follow the program. Like, I'm not being a pompous jerk, but if you do the work in this program, it will work like 93% of the time, right? The average online program, the success rate is single digits. For those of you keeping track at home, that's less than 10, right? Like, it's not very, the online course program world is broken, which is why we fundamentally don't do ours in really any of the same ways. This is not your average online course, right? We are very structured. We are very helpful. We're very personal, and we guarantee the result. There are no other programs like this. They're not. So I would say the reason their numbers are lower are that they don't have a clear ask. They don't have a clear, like, here's how I can help you. If you're not clear about how you can help me, then I'm not interested. It's not my job. Hear me when I say this. It's not, if you're pitching me, it's not my job to figure out how you can help me. It's your job to figure out how you can help me. So the person you pitch, it's your job to communicate to them, here's how I can help you. And they just didn't do a very good job of that. Or they just wrote bad pitches. And again, there's some outlying cases that maybe it took a while for them to get back from their people they pitched to. You know, it's not going to work for absolutely everybody, but 93% is pretty good. Okay. I'm in business to help other people, question mark. I don't know what that means. Sorry. I hope you're in business to help other people. That's businesses that are successful help other people. So I'm sorry, I don't understand your question, Sun Fisher. Feel free to rephrase. Yes, most online courses have single-digit completion rate, not even success rate, just course completion. Right, yeah. Yes, that is this slide right here, right? Industry and growth tools, right? I didn't get to that one. Yeah. All right, any other questions? Any other questions at all? If you come up with a question, email me, andy@growthtools.com. I'm gonna put that in the chat. I'm like most people, I check my email way too much. Growthtools.com. If you have any questions about Partnership Accelerator, email them to me. Okay, I'll respond. Can I fail to come up with how to help someone else if I'm in business? How can I fail to come up with how to help someone if I'm in business? Well, some people are just starting off, and so they're not clear on how they help other people. The other is that some people are not very good at identifying how they can help that other person's audience. They haven't done the homework to figure out what is the gap that they can fill in that other person's audience, right? So if I teach people how to be, if I teach moms how to start affiliate blogs, lifestyle affiliate blogs, and I'm a WordPress developer, there's some very specific things that you should be able to teach that person's audience that they're probably not teaching their audience. If you do your homework, you can say, hey, because you help moms do this, this, and this, I think that it would be helpful for me to teach them this for free. Of course, I would be, exposed to your audience, and if any of them decide ever to work with me, I would give you a percentage of it. Are you interested? Right? And you'd have to be very specific about what you're actually offering to teach that person's audience. So, yeah. So yes, sorry, it was rhetorical. Sorry, I didn't pick up on that. Yeah, some people just don't think that creatively about how they can help other people, but that's part of what we help you with in the program. Okay, you're not left to your own. Most online courses are like, here's our content, good luck, figure it out. Thank you for your money. No, you can't have a refund, right? That is not how we work. This is a program. We don't call it a course. Course is a 4-letter word in our company. We have online programs, and programs are interactive, just like this. We literally, this would be this would be like our Friday session, or actually our Wednesday afternoon Q&A session. Okay. So anyway, go to this URL. We'll end now. Go to that URL I put in the chat, and check that out. Look at the testimonials. Look at some more details. There's a lot of information about the actual program in here. Some more testimonials. It's a pastor in South Africa. It's a guy from Arkansas, I think. These are screenshots from inside of our program of people who got yeses, which is awesome. Yeah, Cheryl, Sherlyn, that's her. Yeah, this is Sherlyn Chong is this lady right here. This woman, that's her. So any prep we can do before it begins? Not really. I mean, we send you prep beforehand. We send you a questionnaire to fill out, but no, I mean, we send that to you beforehand, but it's not a lot. Not a lot to do beforehand. You have to apply. That's what you have to do. You have to apply. All right. If you have any questions, email me, andy@growthtools.com. I hope this has been helpful. If you have any feedback on this, any questions for me, just shoot me an email, andy@growthtools.com. I hope you'll join us. There's 15, 13 people on this. I hope you'll all give this a shot. Listen, if it doesn't work, we give you your money back, period. If you do the work and it doesn't work, you get your money back. If you do the work and it works, which I believe it will for 90-some% of you, then you'll be successful and you'll have a system you can use again and again and again and again, which I hope you'll have. All right. Mark, great. Excited. Ron, excited. Awesome. Excited to have you guys. And again, if you guys have any questions, whether you're joining the program or not, we want to be a help to you. All right. So email me if you have any questions. Okay. Whether you're part of the program or not, just email me. I want to be help. Okay. Joined on the day it opened up. All right. Great, Srini. That's great. All right. Well, blessings to all of you. Have a great weekend. Say a prayer for me. I'm driving 17 hours this weekend to South Dakota. Not because I'm going to South Dakota. Just pray for safe travels. We like South Dakota. We want to see family. Hope you all have a great holiday. If you have any questions, please reach out to me. I will respond eventually. All right. God bless. Have a great rest of your day. Thanks so much for your time. See you, everybody.